Hey everyone, Tech Reviews back here with another video. Welcome back to the channel everyone. Today I'm excited to share my 1-year experience with the Asus Zephyrus ROG Duo Pro. This isn't just any laptop, it's a powerhouse with some unique features. Let's dive right in. First up, let's talk design. The Asus ROG Duo Pro stands out with its eye-catching lower screen that's perfect for multitasking or following tutorials while gaming. One other really cool feature of it is when you open up the laptop, that screen lifts up and allows for more air to cool through the laptop. This is especially useful when you're running intensive tasks or while you're gaming. The laptop has some really cool sleek edges and a very cool design. It looks mostly like a concept laptop. It's a real head turner wherever I go, and it looks like a true masterpiece from every angle. I really love what Asus has done here with this machine. I really wish more laptops had cool designs like this one. However, this is not without its downsides. The larger charger is a bit of an inconvenience, especially with its awkward placement on the left-hand side. This left me several times having to sit at a certain angle to be able to access a wall charger, or just having to shift around my computer accessories to sit comfortably on the table. I really wish Asus would have placed the charging port on the back of this laptop or somewhere else that's just out of the way. However, that secondary screen makes up for its shortcomings. You could really do a lot with this machine in terms of productivity. One issue I noticed with this display is when you lower the brightness, there seems to be very strange artifacting that shows on this display. It's probably due to it being a mini LED technology screen with a 165Hz refresh rate and a Quad HD panel. It is quite distracting when you're using it at lower brightness levels and you see this type of artifacting. However, you kind of get used to it and you can just increase the brightness. Let's shift gears and talk about performance. The ROG Duo Pro is a beast. Powered by a Ryzen 9 6900HX and equipped with an RTX 3070 Ti, and in my particular configuration, I have 32 gigs of RAM and a 1TB SSD. It really breezes through tasks. Watch how smoothly it handles games like Elden Ring while maintaining low temperatures. However, I notice sometimes issues with the second screen where it flickers or lags or just keeps resizing, especially when launching games and the resolution changing. This can be a little frustrating. It takes some finicking around to get it to work properly, but once it works really well. And you can enjoy that second screen to display additional information or look through the wiki like I'm doing right here on the lower screen where I'm exploring additional items. But as you can see, it takes some finicking around and sometimes it ignores touches, so that can sometimes take away from the experience. You really have to be patient with it. Some additional thing to mention about the lower screen is you can stack up to 3 windows next to each other. So you could have your Chrome window open, you could have Discord open, and the terminal window open, for example. That makes it a real productivity machine. Back to talking about the performance, I've hit a score of 9,586 on the TimeSpy benchmark test done by 3DMark, and the laptop stayed cool throughout the test. This is thanks to the really big fans on the bottom of this laptop, and also the fact that it opens up as I showed at the beginning of this video, which allows more airflow to go through this laptop. I have not experienced any drop in performance or thermal throttling with this machine. I want to talk a little more about this panel. This display showcases the Quad HD 165Hz display in action. It has very rich colors, it's very saturated, and it's awesome when playing fast-paced games. It's really a visual treat. It offers crisp and fluid visuals, and the lower screen really just adds to this experience, making multitasking more efficient than ever. However, I do want to point out the lower screen is the only one that has the touchscreen functionality, whereas the upper screen doesn't, so you have to take that with a grain of salt. Sometimes you want to drag something from the lower screen to the upper one and it would do it, and then passively you might try to drag that back by putting your finger on the upper screen, but that won't work. Moving on to the keyboard experience with this laptop. The keyboard has really decent travel and feels great to type on. I haven't had any issues with the keyboard. As for the speakers, they are quite loud. They're not quite on par with what you get with the newer MacBook Pro machines, but they're really good for a Windows machine. Here is what my camera picked up from about 6 feet away, and its microphone is really not that great. So as you can see, the speakers are quite loud on this laptop. As for the battery, it's a bit of a mixed bag. With both screens active, the 90 watt-hour battery lasts about 3 hours. It's decent, but could be better. Another cool feature on this machine is this button here, which allows you to toggle the lower display to turn on and off. This is great if you're doing something personal, like entering financial data in public and you don't want someone to see that, so you could just press that, which will toggle the lower screen and switch it off. I think this is a really neat feature, especially if you want to save battery life and you're not using that secondary screen. In conclusion, the Asus ROG Duo Pro is a remarkable machine. Its second screen might seem like a gimmick, but it's incredibly useful for multitasking on the go. Despite some quirks like the battery life and the charging port placement, it's impressive what Asus has packed into this compact yet powerful laptop. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Your support means a lot. Until next time.